Yummy.
What's going on, everybody? Let me get this
Pedro,
sound device over a little closer.
It's not saying it's live on my end.
It is saying it's live on my end, Mr. MedFit. We got Dizzy Grower over here. We've got Mr. Medically Fit over here who doesn't think we're live. And we got Fada Mike over here. What's going on, my friends? How are you this evening?
Well, you look pretty live to me, you two. I'm telling you.
No, I'm dead. Totally.
I think we're dead.
Yeah,
we're definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
No, we are absolutely 100% live. So, MedFit, how are you this evening? Let's just practice then. If you think we're dead,
Chat so
let's just practice.
No, we're live. I had to reset everything.
Oh. Blame it on.
So we are live. Okay. So,
Okay.
So wait, hang on. So, hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome to the Whatever Show. I'm Pedro. That's Dizzy. I don't think we've ever introduced these guys, but there's Mr. Medically Fit, and then there's Fada Mike. So
He's over there.
So at least now we're live. So great. So start again. Hey, Medically Fit. Since we're live now,
What's up?
How are you?
Doing well. Been in Iowa working because I do a lot of electrical work back in Iowa, and got home. Plants are doing well. Looks like the battle against the russet mites and the cold temperatures, because it got down to almost 39 degrees a couple days ago here. So it's been pretty cool at night times. So I'm winning that battle on russet mites right now.
Very good. Can you give us a quick 1 minute rundown of how you got rid of them?
Well, I started off using some spinosad, neem oil. Use some Azamax mixed with the neem oil. Use some H2O2. I use a 30% dilution with water.
You're just doing a revolution every other day or something like that?
Like every 3 days. Enough that if the neem's not attacking the exoskeletons of the larvae that are hatched, or the eggs hatch and there's new ones coming, I'm hitting them and killing them. And
so you floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee, hit it from every angle, huh?
But now that I'm in flower, I can't treat it like that. So that's why these cold temperatures and me fucking spraying with water every morning, like it's cold water. Like my hands are freezing when I pull it out. So I know that they're not liking it.
Cool. Well, good to hear that you're overcoming those little bastards. Don't bring them over here. I don't ever want to see them.
That's why I don't go in my grow room before I come to your house, or go into my room after I leave your house.
There you go. We'll discuss this a little bit later, but we're going to be probably meeting up T-minus 3 or 4 days here. So
this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Friday. We'll get into that here in a little bit.
Woo-hoo.
But pass it on over to my bearded brethren, Fada. Looking slick in the new glasses. Those new glasses, my friend?
Definitely.
No. Just the light, probably. Got light.
Oh, maybe they look very shiny today.
It just looks a little different.
I'm sorry. That's good. I should have just went with that and said, "Oh yeah, they're brand new. Just got them. You know, played along." But no.
Yeah, just play along.
Okay, I will. We're not live, are we?
Oh, we're not live. This is all just practice.
Just practice. Okay. Good. Shh. Pressure's off then. Oh, I tell you,
just relax.
Bearded brother, we've had some crazy weather passing through, but we just can't seem to connect with the rain. It's skirting us, so we're having dry lightning, which scares the heck out of me. All these forests around it are, forest run, but they can't, so they get hit by lightning. It's really sad. But that's outdoors. Indoors, man, I was saying earlier, getting ready to flip the lights, got the timers all reset, got the bulbs in place. I got my glass cleaning. I make my own glass cleaner. I don't know if you guys do that or not. I have a really cool recipe. It's really simple, the best glass cleaner in the world. Really simple to make, and it just cleans fabulously. Everything. Glass is just something. But nevertheless, back to my point. Flipping the girls, got all the netting up, which is very cool. Love to do that. Net. No. I lay down on my back underneath them, and I pull the arms down, stick them through the hole.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
I'm actually in the process of needing to get a net over all of my girls as well, but I need to find a way to suspend said net and make it long enough and wide enough and adjustable, and it's becoming quite the engineering feat. So it is what it is.
I've seen everything from a jack chain suspended from the ceiling, or those ratchet hooks suspended from the ceiling, to a PVC frame with the net across, so that the frame could actually be raised up as the plants grew. That one was pretty cool. But yeah, I go to the wall and use bungee cords. There's tie downs for the blue tarps with the little rubber nut on the end.
Mhm.
They work great. Gives me a little bit of play with the fans and all. So I've been sticking with that one.
So my room is big enough that I made it such. The whole point of moving into this room was that I would have 360 movement around my plants. So I want to avoid attaching anything to the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go with the PVC framing. I've got 4x4 frames that everybody's seen me use as scrog screens before, but I'm going to do PVC framing. And I've got some tricks up my sleeves on how to do the corners and this and that. It's going to be a whole jumble, but once it's in place, it'll be nice. It'll be done. So that's kind of on my mind. Number 7,432 on my list of things to do. As a matter of fact, just before the show, I was going to get the shovel, and I was getting some bins, and we had just harvested the dark plasma, the ocean grown Malibu pie minutes before the show, and I was going at it. I was getting ready to empty out the 4x4 the raised bed that we have in there.
Yeah.
My failed no-till attempt. I was ready to just go nuts at it. And then Dizzy's like, "Hey, did you get the show set up?" Looked down and it was 5:29, and decided I probably should get the link up. So, anyways, I'm gonna smoke some herb.
Cannabis.
This is true. Yeah, this is true cannabis because I have no idea what the name of it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bong rip. So all of you in chat that want to take a hit with us.
I see
So-
Robert. I see Robert Wrench, and I would like to give him a shout out. Robert was having some health issues there for a bit. It's good to see the Wrench back with
It's good to see him.
Doing shout outs, I need to let everybody know Primo Kush is in the hospital right now. So all of you that follow Primo, I'm still waiting to hear back from him on what's going on. If he's just, because it's Tuesdays and usually this is when he has his transfusion, his drainage in the stomach. So I'm hoping that's all that's going on. And usually when he comes out of it, he has a hard time because he has a lot of internal bleeding sometimes that he has to go back in the hospital because of this internal bleeding. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
That's not good.
Mr. Cool.
What's up,
Hey, guys.
Sully? Thanks for coming up, my friend. How was your day? I know Tuesdays usually aren't your best day.
Shoot. You want both barrels?
What's that?
Both barrels, shoot them. Let's go.
Just light the fuse.
Let's
son.
see,
Just light the fuse.
Let's see. Well, I woke up. It was 80% humidity and 90 degrees outside. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even understand what that was. I don't know what the fire or the world was anything. Got the infusion. Cool. Got a bunch of good deals going. Got the guys in Arizona all pumped up, and it looks like that deal is going to go really well. So all of that's just like super moving forward and everything. And then it's going to rain Thursday.
It's not necessarily good, right? Or you don't want that.
That's
I don't want
I
that.
don't want.
Okay.
Don't rain. I got 60 pounds of weed in the fucking backyard. I don't.
That's
want
what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't want rain. No. I mean, actually, right now, rain would probably be all right with me, but in two or three
life
more
is-
weeks.
Life
not
is
so much.
good. I'm telling you, this licensing deal it's kind of blowing my mind. So if you guys aren't catching this right now, I have a no shit multi-million-dollar deal sitting in the lawyer's office, trying to figure out how to put my name on a box of Wheaties that's full of weed and do some kind of. I call Will. I said, "Are we tripping? Are we like stoners in some Cheech and Chong dream?" I sent the picture of my cuvee to the lawyer this morning. Did you see that picture online? That big giant picture?
Mm-hmm.
And who sends a picture of you and stand in front of a fucking 15-foot pot plant to a lawyer? I did. He's like, looks great, son.
Nice.
It's fucking weird, dude. It's fucking weird.
Tis the day and age, man.
Well, what was it? I posted something on Instagram just a little bit ago about Wisconsin trying to be the first state to federally nullify the federal prohibition of marijuana.
It's
And they're trying to do it through
so
legislation.
The thing that we talked about with the lawyers a lot, and I try to pass on as much information as I can because I'm paying thousands of dollars an hour to learn this stuff. But we believe that right now, well, two things. So I'm gonna ramble. Two things. Right now they have seeds, hash, extracts, BHO, everything all grouped into one category. And I don't think they're going to be able to police seeds like they do extracts. So last night I was thinking, okay, well, whatever, seeds are just going to be seeds. Well, I woke up this morning understanding this is the fucking U.S. government. If you don't think those fucking drug seeds are going to be tracked forever, we don't understand how insane they are. So yeah, I believe one day marijuana seeds that have cannabis seeds that have drugs in them, excuse me, Father, I think they're going to track. I think they will. I don't know about radio tags. But I'm just saying they're not going to let a bag of seeds sit around that can grow in their mind drugs. That they're going to want to fucking track it. So that kind of scared me. What are your thoughts?
They need to keep their nose on it.
Tracking, that gets into a lot of people don't want that information out about that they're growing. And so, it's going to be a major concern on privacy issues on them wanting that information.
But let's say I'm really going to play the devil's advocate here, medically fit. So let's say you've got 10,000 seeds let's just play devil's advocate in Colorado, okay? And they're in the matrix. And let's just be funny. Let's say they're Jawa pie, okay? And you're in the matrix and you can sell your seeds in the fucking matrix, okay? Now I live in California and I have some Chernobyl seeds, okay? And my seeds are in the matrix or whatever the fuck, okay? Dude, we can just swap the fucking seeds. I mean, they don't have radio trackers on them. I can just send you a fucking 1,000 seeds. But what I'm telling you is I guarantee you they're going to have some kind of point. All the seeds are going to have to go into some bag and it's going to have a wax. I'm just thinking the federal government's fucking insane. That's all I'm saying.
We've known that for quite a long time.
Well, what was it? 5 years ago, we were talking on YouTube about either big pharma or big corporations are going to try to take over this grow industry. So everybody was trying to give out genetics, just free genetics as much as possible to overgrow what we knew was going to come.
All right, I got one for you.
I
got one for you, devil's advocate here. Pedro, what just happened at your father-in-law's?
And my house?
Yeah. Who's going to track that? They're going to start following the damn pollen around?
Hey, you good?
Yeah, how do you even track the seeds? I don't even understand.
Well, but this is what I'm saying. No, well, they can't track your seeds. Well,
catcher?
let me be rude. Can't track everybody's seeds. But if I'm a national cannabis company, I believe that in order for me to do business in America, they might put some kind of, I mean, the seeds Fada's got in his hand, that's cool. The seeds, but if I'm a seed company, they're going to want to have them on camera. I'm really spiraling out of control. If they've got a seed that will produce something that's going to make THC, they're going to want to try to regulate it. I don't know they can.
Well, like here in Colorado, with these recreational shops that are selling seeds now, that's almost like a seed to sale type track that it goes to that dispensary, and after it's sold, then it's on to nobody knows.
Well, now, and I've spent so much money trying to figure it out. So just so you know, you can buy my seeds in Colorado. You can buy TGA Red, and you can buy patient to patient, and there's farmers markets and stuff you can buy. But he cannot sell my seeds to a dispensary, and you cannot walk into a dispensary and buy my seeds. But you can walk into the dispensary and buy cannabis that has the names on it that I created. So I don't know how solid their system is. I mean, I don't know what's going on down there, to be honest with you.
Well, and it seems like some of these dispensaries, you know, how seeds have to kind of fall out of the sky for them to get what they have. You know, that's kind of like the magic thing. It seems like it's going on all over. It's like this stuff just has to kind of fall out of the sky and just appear before they can even say, oh, okay.
I am hoping, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that what we do outdistances what they do. In other words, we just heard that they're trying to kill the federal laws when it comes to cannabis. And then, I mean, I'm not trying to be, but this thing that we've come up with is smart. So now we fucked them. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow my fucking weed in Arizona. And I'm going to open up a bank in Arizona, and I'm going to open up a business in Arizona, and I'm going to sell my fucking weed in Arizona, and I'm going to put the bank money in the fucking bank in Arizona, and that's legal. And then kiss my ass. I never have to go there.
the one thing I've never understood is why these cannabis cultivars, these entrepreneurs, haven't put monies together to create their own banking system.
That's next. California's working on it right now.
They have enough money to do this. They don't need the federal government to have these federal government banks.
But there is a big problem, and it is one that happens a lot. And I'm gonna tell a story and get myself all in a kind of trouble. So, and I'm gonna be really open about this, okay, on your show right here, Dizzy and Pedro on the Whatever Show, because you said it's the fucking Whatever Show.
It's
so
the fucking Whatever Show.
So I like putting up pictures. You guys know this. And I'm always trying to think of something cool to do for pictures. Maybe guess something. What is this? So the other day I was going through my folder. And I found this folder with a fucking plants, the biggest fucking banana you ever. That
was a cool ass looking banana too, man. It looked fucking just like a
banana.
It did.
Yeah, that was a very nice pick.
I wish I'd have went down and looked at the. So let me jump in here because I wanted to go down and look at the comments and I didn't. I'm just assuming that fucking 85% of the people started calling you Mr. Herm Wrangler and that it was all your genetics and everything. Is this what you're getting at?
No.
Okay. I didn't read the comments, so that's what I assumed it would have been.
Well, you're close. I got some good cred. So the first guess out of the box was blueberry. Because we've all fucking grown it. It's not like it's a goddamn mystery. Come on, people. That's what we're talking about here. I didn't say anything. I said, what is it? So then it got funny. So then you could almost tell by the way they would respond if they were haters. Is it fucking jelly bean? Well, I would go look, and he was like 112 fucking people following, a picture of a dog on his poster. So I blocked a whole shitload of people. Never said a word. A lot of people said some other strains. Not too many, though. It was generally lots of blueberry, a couple other things, and then the intermittent. So the next thing I know, here comes J.D. Short. So J.D. Short is the son of DJ. I met him not too long ago. I thought he was a very nice, young, smart kid. And I asked him if he wanted to grow some of my gear. And he said he would down the road. Well, as it turns out, I didn't think he was close with his dad because he is. So let me start off by saying DJ is an awesome breeder. He's a smart person. I've read his book. I learned from him. I have nothing bad to say about this person, and I'm not. Okay. Seeds I bought from Doc Chronic. They came in a yellow bag, and they were called fucking blueberry. That's the story. I grew them, and they fucking hermed. Also bought some from Amsterdam called blueberry, and they fucking hermed. So anyway, this guy basically, he came at me, and he basically said, so you're basically trying to say something bad about my dad in order to sell your seeds. So, well, you're the one that just made it about your dad, because nobody fucking knows what we're talking about here until you came into this discussion as JD. So we kind of talked a little bit about it, and I basically said, I said, look, dude, I said, look at the responses. The responses are 1,000 responses about blueberries. I said, it's just a funny poll. I said, but you guys started taking it nasty. Like, you're the ones that are like, oh, fucking Paul and Chunk and shit. I guess you're saying your shit's better than his. I didn't say any of that. I put a picture up. Yep. So I took the pictures down today because it's fun to fucking cause a bunch of noise and get out of it. So
sure.
Let me restate. I have nothing, no problems with anyone, and I want everybody to listen to this. I would love to grow a blueberry female plant that didn't herm. I tried 5 fucking times, okay? It is what it is.
That's funny shit. I saw that post. I meant to go back and read down through the comments. Now I wish I would have.
It was and the people, there were people who said stuff that they weren't like, you can just tell. You can tell. Anyway, it's fun. So I exposed all kind of trolls, and now I'm done.
Okay, I got a question. Was that a 410 double barrel or was that a 12 gauge double barrel? Because it seemed kind of wimpy pussy to me.
I know it wasn't very big. All right, guys.
So what else is going on?
What the fuck else? Are we at war? I don't watch the news. Are we at war?
I think we've been in a Cold War for like the last 15 years. But
no, I'm serious. It's like Korea going to bomb us or some shit?
No, I don't.
Are we at war?
Who knows?
No, you know what? You brought a funny thing.
Right now, no.
most people don't know, but whenever there is one or more countries together combined in a conflict, it's called a world war. And we've been in a world war for a long, long time because there are many countries involved over in the Middle East right now. And we just kind of looked aside to what we used to call wars, like world wars and shit. But yeah, I remember his old man we called it saber rattling, you know? I don't know. I think there's a lot worse things you can do to launch missiles out into the Pacific.
Well, I know living up here in BFE, where I live in Colorado, I don't watch hardly any TV because I don't have cable. I just have internet to get online and search things. And my interest isn't really if we're at war because there's too much other things in life to enjoy.
Like growing.
That's why I ask it. That's why I ask it like I did, because I just don't. Dude, when I love Google News, I have everything fucking cut out except for cannabis, marijuana, and hemp. And excuse me, Father, but if you're going to search Google, you got to give it all 3 words. And that's all I give a fuck about. I mean, I really don't give a shit about whatever. But I'd still like to ask if we are, you know, if it's DEFCON 5 or some shit. You guys let me know, because I'm up here in the hills. I don't know.
Oh, I got it. Something I know I wanted to tell everybody. How many people we got watching right now?
Whatever.
Doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah, whatever. 118. I'll be posting it on Instagram and everything. But I have got Eric, who, you know, I don't know exactly what position Eric is in the company, but he's with Terraganics. And Terraganics, excuse me, is the maker of EM1.
Nice.
And as you guys know, in my SIPS containers, 1 ounce of EM1 every gallon per watering. So I reached out to him, and he wants to come and check out Pedro's grow room, see what I do. And he's actually going to be here next Tuesday for the Whatever Show. So we're actually going to have a guest. It'll be like a little more focused of a Whatever Show, which will be kind of weird. But anyways.
It'll actually be here, so I don't.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to right here.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how the hell we'll have to figure that out. We probably won't even. We probably won't be on the. What's that? We probably won't be on the headphones next week, but.
Yeah, no, it messes it up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it'll mess it up. Having 3 people. My soundboard's not big enough. I'm not Dago.
Proud.
Well, I have a soundboard that Sid bought me. It's at Sid's house. I have 3 fucking microphones. They're in the guest bedroom. And I'm back to the original microphone and cam I started with because I'm not smart enough to do all those knobs and shit. No.
Yeah, I kind of, when I was on with Mouse and Dago and everything, I just kind of talked into the mic and they told me what knob to turn and I turned it and they said it's good. And I told Dizzy, don't ever touch those damn knobs.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that's where we're at. So just put like tape over it. No, it's not horrible. I can deepen and pull in a little more bass if I need to be in a more sexy voice, you know. But I tell you what, this I've been smoking this for the last couple Whatever shows, and this is the Critical Alchemy.
I got some right here. I still have.
Did you get some?
Yep.
Some Critical Alchemy. Oh
yep.
Shit! It is it's a hell of a combination, man. It really is. I let go of some of my Critical Alchemy rosin.
Oh yeah, remember I made it with you. I was right there.
I'm so surprised.
I still gotta get that video
Cheers.
edited.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
I was picking on you email fuckers yesterday because I was talking to a friend of mine and he said we were talking about the new California recreational law. So if you have 4 grams of hash or extract with you after the law's passed, you're going to be in violation of a law. And I smoke generally around 3 to 4 grams of hash a day. Somebody was, my God, Bubba, that was my brother. He said, you can't smoke that much. I said, hell, half my friends have fucking emails. They're just on. It's just, I said, I don't know how much hash they're smoking a day. It's a lot.
Yeah, we come in every morning. Oh, we don't smoke a lot, honest. I mean, I don't know what a lot is, but we
Couple
probably
grams?
smoke.
Well, for the average person.
I bet you we maybe smoke 1 gram a day. But we do leave the e-nail on all day long. We just come in and do when we want to. You know, I'm working so damn much that.
Where you at? Gram? 2 grams? You there?
Man, talking to you.
Oh, me talking to me? I'm about a gram a day.
A gram?
Yeah, about a gram a day.
Fada?
When I have it, I probably blow through probably a good gram a day. But I like flour. I do the flour.
Yeah, I'm
I
back
mean,
and forth
like-
on flour.
My tolerance, because of doing so much, that I have to take bigger dabs than normal just to start feeling the effect. So that's why it's kind of high. If I take a little time off, I can bring my tolerance down. But who likes to take time off?
I got to
Yeah,
tell you
Corey
something.
Roster's
One of the
asking,
weirdest
there's
things
a-
around here. I'm sorry.
There's a
One
pecking
of the
noise
weirdest things
somewhere.
around
Does
here.
anybody know
Jilly
noises?
smokes a bong, an old school tube bong, just speaker, same. I mean, hell, I bought this one for like 8 years ago. It's a big old triangle on the bottom, same old. Fill it up. She didn't even put ice in it. That was me. And I'm a hash smoker, so I take a hit. I usually don't cough, even though I have lung problems and shit, because I got it now. This is what you hear, especially now. I don't know, I've got some kind of thing going. This is what you hear like 20 times a day. A few minutes later, that sound where that fucker gets caught right there.
Yeah.
But when you
That
don't
doesn't
use the
sound very
bong,
good.
you don't realize how much fucking noise you're making. It's just like funny as shit. She coughs every time. She's from the school of cough to get off. So
I actually, believe it or not, because of Miss Jill, I started smoking the Zong again. I cleaned it out I think it was Friday night. I've been enjoying it all through the weekend up until this morning. I seem to smoke less. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm a bong person. It needs a little clean, but yeah, this will take a gram, and it usually 3 or 4 pulls, and I'm good for a few hours.
A little cleaning? A little cleaning?
Well, I just got that
Oh,
package
okay.
from Pedro last time I was up there, and I've been in Iowa, so I
Dude,
haven't
that's
had
disgusting.
Oh.
Dude, that's fucking.
Fada, I gave him
What
the deluxe kit. Thank God, because
That is medically unfit, dude. That's fucked
medically
up.
unfit.
no shit.
There we go. See, I got to
Yeah,
do a
there's the
video.
Midwife's kit.
I got to show how well it's going to clean this dirty ass shit.
That's a good bong to do it on.
Okay.
Holy biscuits,
Yeah.
dude.
Jim
There's
Barry will
reasons
love
for
it.
my madness.
Jim Barry will
Too
love
dirty
you for
for
that.
me.
Yeah, Chat's just gonna give you shit for a while, and I'm gonna let him. Go ahead, give him some shit, Chat.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
all over.
You deserve that.
So
I like that medically unfit. I'm gonna have to remember
That's
that. But he sends me good beats, so I got to be careful how I do that.
well,
It's like the golf ball story.
you know, when you want to make a video on how a product works to show how it works, you want that shit as nasty as possible. And so I've kind of tried to get it there in the last couple weeks, and I'm getting there.
Something
So-
just left.
So we'll be giving these cleaning kit, this little one I got from Pedro. Try it.
So
Man,
I know
gotta
it's not,
be you
it's
that's got
not
the Woody
me, Pedro.
Woodpecker.
I think
It's the
I
Woody
think
Woodpecker.
Meddy's,
I hear it now.
yeah, Meddy's got a woodpecker over there. He turns his
Like
thing
somebody's
off.
tapping
and
the
goes
What do you
away.
got?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he turns his mic.
Everybody's
off.
asking. Corey Roster asked. Subcool said it was him, but it's Med.
It's
What do I
Meddy.
have? I don't hear nothing.
You got a woodpecker
There was.
right there.
There
What was
was.
that? Is something falling on your table?
Nothing. Nothing's moving. Nothing's shaking.
Weird.
That's why
You
I'm
got a
like,
woodpecker.
is it my
Everybody's been
shirt?
calling you
Is
out.
it this hit my shirt?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I heard
Dirty
it.
ass bong and a woodpecker.
There
There
it
it is
is.
again.
There it is.
That is weird.
It ain't me, man. It's not
Are
me.
you messing with us?
That-
Just like that.
That I'm shaking
Yeah.
my table.
Well, stop
Oh,
shaking your table.
There we go.
You got a nervous problem. Hey.
Jesus Christ.
You
We got half an hour in. We just find out it's Twitch ass over here.
Yeah, you see, Sub bailed. He thought it was him. He was
Did
like,
I smoke
"Oh,
some-
I know.
You know?
I think he did bail because he thought it was him too.
He's got a lot on his plate, man. I tell you what, I appreciate everything the man's done for the industry. I know people over here, like that whole thing Danny did with him in the Lifetime Achievement Award. That's so bullshit. You couldn't give that man an achievement award big enough for what he's done. Him and Miss
Agreed.
Jill. I don't know. I look at this from a different direction, and I know you guys do too. You've been growing long enough. You understand the principle of finding good dag. And this man's onto it. So my hat's off to you, so thanks.
Yeah, chat is on you, man.
roll.
Dirty bong, twitching, shaking a table or some shit. They're on you,
That
man.
some
Hey.
bitch is dirtier
Hey.
than my grandpa sitting
Cheers,
at the
everybody.
park with a
Cheers.
testicle.
Oh
That's what I
no!
said.
Out of the dirty bong, Wally's still shaking his table. Yeah, Crazy Daigle says his new name is medically Twitch. There you go. Jesus, how do you still do it? Like, even knowing.
Because now he's giggling and he can't stop vibrating.
I'm not touching nothing.
How
I'm
funny.
confused.
You guys are too
Hi,
funny.
Palm Side. Hi, Dago.
So where are we at? What are we doing?
Woody Zimba, Robert Hughes, Doctor
I'm gonna smoke some more of
OG
this
Brick
critical
Forge.
alchemy.
Corey.
It usually makes me giggle.
Styles in here. Oregon Budman. There he is.
Medically
Beard.
Twitch.
Medically Twitch. Yeah.
Dago's house
Hashtag.
catching the shit.
Wow.
Seriously, can you not? Is it not
It's not
controllable?
bad, huh?
No, that was me just typing and entering chat. So
Oh.
maybe I don't know why it's picking it up because my microphone's up here.
Yeah, it's hardcore picking it up. It's
Let
kinda
me
like-
check my settings.
Probably not that high pitched, but so
Fun, eh?
I'm gonna do some more critical alchemy because this stuff gets me giggly.
We have so much work to do now.
Hey
Got
Pedro,
the,
how's
hay
that for
harvest
sound?
down. Oh, that sounds better.
Does that sound better?
You were off.
Yeah.
You weren't on the right mic again.
You're on
Yeah,
top,
it's every time I put this headphones in, it's not. So I'll just have to remind myself.
That's much
Yes.
better. Yeah, it was picking up the mic from your laptop then,
For
wasn't
me, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
We got it. Well,
It
thank
only
you,
took half
Corey
an hour.
Rossiter,
Are we
in
live yet?
particular.
No.
Yeah, are we?
No.
Okay, now we're live.
I don't think
Now we're live.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody, welcome to the Whatever Show number 17. I'm Pedro. This is Dizzy. We got
Medically
bottom mic
Twitch.
over here. We got Jesus.
Wow, that was almost like perfect. I was starting to wonder, are we really starting the show over again?
Oh, God.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the whatever show, right?
So how bad did you guys get fertilized? I mean, you guys are gonna have some beans.
We don't know quite yet.
We did last year. We got pollinated last year as well. I wasn't sure last year with the genetics that I was running and such, because I was running femmed plants and whatnot last year. So I wasn't sure what had happened, and I'd brought a couple clones in from Tricky, and I wasn't sure, but it was a possibility 50% that they hermed, 50% that I got pollinated, but it's not horrible yet. I only have one plant that's really far enough along to I mean, they've all got white hairs, I guess, but I've only got one plant that's showing calyxes that are swollen. And it's not super horrible yet. We'll see what happens. I've got in the process. I'm doing some studying on how to do a bunch of fresh frozen if I have to go down that route. So, regardless, right now I'm growing resin. I'm growing medicine in my backyard. So, regardless of whether I got to sift through some beans to get rid of it, it'll all in the end be medicine for Dizzy and I. So, but yeah, we're dealing with that in Colorado. We've got, I actually just talked to a guy. I was down at Build-A-Soil the other day, and I kind of was being a little bit of a smart ass at the counter. And because he said something about hemp farmers around here. And I said, well, hemp farmers are bucking it for all of us, And he looked at me and kind of took a defensive stance and said, no. He goes, shitty hemp farmers. And I said, so you're a hemp farmer? And he goes, yep. I said, you're growing female plants? And he goes, yep. And I went over and I gave him a big high five and I said, thank you, I appreciate it. And he goes, well, I live up a long way from you. He goes, so, and I said, I don't give a shit where you're at. I said, I appreciate you. So we just need more people. We've got, like he said, we've got a lot of people out here who are growing corn and we're growing hay. And I actually hope to God somebody are listening in here. But they were growing corn and hay back in the day or a couple of years ago. Now they think they can grow this and it's easy, and it's not. So,
Well, if you're growing hemp and you're growing for seed production, yes, I can understand why you're trying to pollinate. But if you're not and you're growing for CBD oil production only, why are you messing with everybody else around you? Like, it really upsets me because we have hemp growers down here too. And last season, a lot of people in the valley got pollinated as well. I haven't seen it yet this season, but it's early in the season. Everything should be showing here shortly if it got pollinated. Because after 14 weeks is when everything was really putting off pollen, or should have been putting off pollen to harvest. So that's what's upsetting with the medical growers and the hemp growers is medical growers still want to do the outdoor grows, but we're now kind of forced indoors. But we're still getting pollen because some of it's like a makeshift greenhouse or, a little screen, and it's still pollinating our medicine. And it sucks because, we're not getting the best medicine that way.
Pedro, by chance, did you catch Hash Church Sunday morning?
a little bit of
I
it.
did watch some of it.
Okay. Peter was on there from Soil Balance Pro. I don't know if you know Peter, but he was speaking of a hemp production outfit that's using his product, the Soil Balance Pro. And what they've noticed in the testing is basically it's pushing the THC levels out of the plant and basically increasing the CBD levels in the plant. And this really, I mean, when he said that, my jaw hit the floor first because I'm thinking, okay, I'm dumping this on this test plant. Is it going to drive the CBDs out because they're the leaser or the less prevalent chemical compound? Are they going to drive the THC levels up? This is, I tell you, my ears perked up through the roof when I heard that. But yeah, I don't know if you could watch that portion over. I'll try to freeze that for you.
Yeah, do that. Let me know where
I
it's
don't
at.
think I saw that part.
And I guess that's a perfect segue into where I wanted to go earlier in the show. This Friday, Dizzy and I are taking off. Hey, look at Buddy's back again. My kitty, he always loves to come and sit on the chair when I'm live. I swear to God, he just likes to be live with us. But anyways, we're going up to Denver this week, Friday. To take the dark plasma with soil balance, the dark plasma without soil balance. We're going to drop it off at, I think it's called Phytech Technologies or Phytech, something like that. We've already got it set up to do the testing. We're actually going to get the potency tested. We're going to get the terpene profile tested. And I also asked them to go a little further above and beyond and get the test for heavy metals and pesticides and any molds and mildews. So I'm personally very, very, very nervous and apprehensive about the whole deal. I guess it's just kind of, excuse my pun, but it's just putting your balls on the table. Here it is. Here's my smoke. Test it. Tell me what it is. Is it going to come back at 14% with some powdery mildew, with some mercury content in it, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, I don't know.
Putting some heavy metals in there, huh?
You're in Colorado too, so you get that 15 plus or minus.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. Somebody asked that. Yeah, so
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
The law says we can lie.
So yeah, I'm putting it all out on the line, and good, bad, or otherwise, I will be showing the results. I'll let everybody know exactly. Everybody's been kind of looking forward to it. I still owe everybody a smoke video on all the harvest with all the rosin. We'll still get to that, and I got to do the video on the test results. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff we got to get doing here. So, but yeah, that's what we're doing this coming Friday. So we're going to stop and see Med. I'm actually going to stop and see see my bee nails. I'm gonna stop in and do a couple dabs with my bee nail family. Get over and check them out.
Dab there.
Oh, we'll dab there. I'm gonna take in the bee nail, the goby. We'll be dabbing there. Ooh, I gotta put some more rosin in here.
I'll definitely be looking forward to meeting up with you guys on my side of the state this time.
Yeah, see your garden for a change.
We might meet up with Mammoth P too. We'll see. We're just gonna make a big trip out of this, so we'll see what happens. Don't know exactly how we're gonna go, where we're gonna go, when we're gonna go, but we know it's gonna be Friday.
Jim Barry's up that way from Weed Wipes. Man, I can think of a dozen people up there to see that are in the industry. Even our good friends at Extract Craft, they're out of Denver.
That's right, Extract Craft. They are up in Denver. You're right.
If you guys follow Mansu, he's up in Denver area as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's quite a few growers that actually are on here that follow us, and we follow them. So if you guys are in the Denver area,
sounds like a Friday 420 to remember.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be fun. So yeah, it's kind of putting my smoke on the line. Gonna get it tested. I'll let everybody know how it turns out. I'm very nervous, very apprehensive about it. Very excited. On the other hand, I want to check it out too. I'm really excited. It allows me, so to speak, to put my pin in the map and say, "Damn it, here I am." This is what I do. And I don't talk a bunch of bullshit. Here's my results. So we'll see what happens. Might be tail between my legs too. We'll see what happens.
Don't be afraid, Pedro. You might be more impressed with some things than what you think.
I'm telling you, if it comes back good, I will not be hesitant to pat myself on the back for a second.
The only other thing any of us can do to get rid of any type of mold or mildew, spores being on our product, is using some type of micro filter, air filtration in your room to help really clean some of that out of there.
I've actually got a clean air filtration system, and that'll be going in this evening as well. Dizzy was alluding to this a couple minutes ago. By the way, thank you, 1997. That's very consistent of you. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, let's do a dab. But I've got the clean air filtration system, which has got, I don't know if this one, mine has a HEPA filter in it. It's got a pre-filter, it's got a charcoal filter, and then it's got a HEPA filter in it. So that's going to be going into my flower, or into the new flower room very shortly here. And does great for taking care of powdery mildew. So get over and check them out. Clean Leaf Air.
Well,
I've got it in my Instagram, or I'll put a link down here as well.
The only other thing that we talked about was an ozone generator. But some people, if you don't know anything about ozone, it can cause a lot of harm than it can good. So that's why not a lot of us talk about it or recommend it unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah. Dangerous thing could be at certain levels.
Yes.
Most certainly. So I just like to, if I can filter it, that's my preferred method. Love the bubble. Here we go again.
Making all that noise with your bong.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Really, truly soon, we probably have more dust in our preparing our meals and things like that. I wouldn't get too worried about things like that. You're going to have that just open air. No, it's what's inside the plant that I'm really interested in, Pedro. I know you're a pretty clean grower. You don't do anything out of the norm, and if you do, it's nothing that isn't acceptable by the industry. So,
Fado, this is my concern on a lot of us, like living organic growers that do foliar sprays, that some of that residues that they're trying to spray pre-flower still might be kind of left over in some of those smaller flowers that the bud develops around, and can cause those to be off. But you know what I'm saying? So it's a concern that that's where some of it comes in, that they didn't use anything during flower, but the residues are still around.
Yeah.
Now,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, like when you were working up around with Brown Guy, how much did you get to see of his testing, and like when he was doing his foliar sprays? Did you get to see any of that?
No testing. foliar sprays. I mean, other than an IP type of thing, um, not much juice. Myself, I juice the girls usually early on. I'll do either a seaweed extract or even a light fish formula, diluted down. Pretty inert, you know, but again, I don't smoke the leaves. But I see where you're coming from, possibly getting on the stems, things like that. I don't know. Got it. You guys are starting to get these tightropes up here that, you know, we're worried about just the industry getting off their ass and keeping the shit at our clinics clean. And now we're all, you know, we're really, I don't know, Pedro, I don't think you have anything to worry about, man. You know, do you use any type of, can't think of a product you use that would cause you any problems. Maybe your water, maybe you get something out of your local water.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I could think of is that we do use municipal water.
Yeah, I do too. I don't filter my water, and I know we have a problem with things like lead and mercury, copper, things like that. And I probably should filter. They're pretty cheap. I can get one for an RV filter. They're about $40. You put it in line on your hose, and it slows your water process down quite a bit. But the water coming out the other side is pretty free of any, you know, metals, things like that.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I can see I would have problems with, because the only thing I use is the water, EM1, Mammoth P, and I use a little bit of soil balance. So
yeah,
I shouldn't have any problem. But I'm still nervous, you know.
I wish the cups tested that well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you there.
I just wished our clinics here locally, I would even consider buying medicine from our clinics if they tested at all. You know, but I see stuff, dude, that just, I'm sorry. You go in with, you know, $400 in your pocket and you look over the everything and you go, my gosh, I wouldn't pay $40 for any of this shit. You know, it's really, really sad what they're doing to us. So kind of got off there tonight.
Yeah, that's all right.
And all we can do is continue hope, you know, that we go for legislation that pushes for this testing of all these companies. Even when big pharma or whoever, big corporations get into the game that we know is coming, that they're forced to play by the same rules that we are.
Yeah, look at me. Who am I? And I'm getting my smoke tested. I mean, come on. This is for Dizzy and I. And, you know, you can't even do it when you're producing product for thousands, millions of people. I mean, come on.
Well, and I've had not all of my product tested, but I've had some of mine tested to know where it's at, what's going on with it, you know, and I think everybody should get some of their stuff tested every now and then to see what they have.
Man, dabbing like crazy over here. Dab time. Sorry.
Good for you. Good for you. Stay medicated. What do you guys think of the repropagation through cell matter, plant matter? Are you familiar with any of that? I know that Medi would be.
Yep.
You know, Sub was talking about doing great big plantations of one strain. Finding a good pheno, going out on a pheno hunt, busting, you know, 1,000 seeds, what have you. Pick a couple real charming phenos and then mass produce those into a big greenhouse setting so that you reproduce that quality all the way across the board. That way, when you go buy it down the road here or go a couple states over, when you go buy that product, it's pretty much the same. You know?
Great discussion, because like my roommate, they went to a local dispensary, bought some jelly bean, brought it home, or when they were there, they smelt it, and she's like, I know I've had this before. And she looked at the jar, and it's jelly bean. Well, I've grown it out, and she's tried it. So she recognized the smell of the orange citrus that it comes from the jelly bean. That I had two different ones, a super burnt orange and like a light mellow orange. And just because she recognized that, she was able to put it to the name and go, yes, I've had this before, you know? So doing it like that and keeping those phenos around, because you literally have to pop thousands of phenos to find those, that fire. Like everybody gets it once in a while, but when you're looking for that that recessive gene that's really coming out that you want, or that dominant gene that you really found, that because it's a heavy producer or whatever, that's what everybody's looking for. And that's why popping thousands of seeds has to happen for it.
Sorry, I took over. My cat's passed out.
Oh, look at that.
The
Too many dabs. Dabbed out.
That's what a contact high will do to a cat.
Relax
Look at her
yourself.
just laying there, her head right there.
Him, but yeah.
Yeah, him.
He's out.
He's looking at me. He's just relaxed.
Oh, yeah, who wouldn't be? Come on.
Yeah, this room tends to get a little smoked out. So now there, he hears me talking about him now. He's like, what are you saying? What's going on over there?
But yeah, back to the topic of him doing that. It to me, it's well worth it.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that I'd heard a bit of a conversation about popping that many seeds and then finding, getting that. Well, like your dark plasma, that cut you had of that's just that would have been a keeper. Something that you could have done a whole plantation for. That's why I'm anxious with this thing that we're doing now. I go out there and it blows my mind what's in veg, what's pre-bud, what's going into bud. And I'm saying to myself, if I could just get this over to a monocrop to where I pick 2 or 3 really good phenos and run those over and over again like I did for 3 years, I tell you, I would be a happy camper.
Well, see, that's Father, that's the issue that a lot of us have, though. We want to try everything. And so just growing 3 of the same thing over and over, you get tired of it and you want something different. And so that's why it's so hard to do that.
That conversation comes up every day. I have just enormous selections of beans and you don't know what to do. Like I say, I guess you just run one through every time you start cutting. It's just, drop a bean. So that's where I'm at now. I got some cuttings to do probably in the next, I'll wait a week, I guess, 7 days. Come into the 14-day. That's pretty good for the roots to start to develop then. And then by day 14, they're pretty good. Yeah. Cuttings. God, I hate them.
So I don't know about you guys, but who else is dealing with this smoke from the fires? And who's dealing with the fires locally? Like here in Colorado, where I'm at, woke up to this morning, the smoke being so bad and so thick. I live like 5 to 7 miles to the base of the mountain, and I couldn't see the mountain. It was that bad.
Whoops.
Portland, Oregon area.
We just said all that in mute. That was funny. I'm really medicated after this critical. Anyways, I was saying it's pretty hazy here, but not horrible.
Where my kids are at, they're over near Portland, Oregon, and there's a big fire about 30 miles from where they are, and it was so bad today. It was like raining ash on them and just dark. It was so smoky. So I know a lot of people are really struggling with it.
Saul Chatino, sorry, says, do you take cuttings of your seedlings before they show sex? I think I usually wait until they sex, throw the males, and then clone the females and run from there. That's the answer to that. That's my answer. How about you, Bob?
Yep. Yeah, I center cut. If you look at the videos, you'll see portions of the plant in the middle missing. I center cut and sex them. It's a lot of time, effort to do even a 48, 24, something like that puck cloner, and then find out you got males, unless you're looking for males, It's really a time eater, I know a lot of people this past week dogged me on my plant height. I'm fortunate. I got 9-foot ceilings. I find a 3.5 to 4 foot plant flipped into bud produces me a larger mass and more weight than if I do a room full of 2.5, 3 foot plants.
That's where I'm at. That's why I grow big plants.
Well, you know, through the years of doing this, they have like a, I don't want to say a minimum ultimate height indoors, but if you have the ceiling height, I find if you know, unless it's a really fast growing, stretching plant, about 3.5, 4 foot, and I like to let them get about 5 foot tall, finish about 5 foot. I got 9 foot ceilings. I'm a 6'6" guy. Um, you know, I work a lot on my knees in my gardens, in between the plants. You know, underneath of the canopy. I like to add extra airspace too. I find it, you know, you get a lot of airflow underneath there. It keeps the plants healthy. But yeah, no, I thought that was a good question because I've done rooms full of, you know, 3 footers, flip them at 2.5 feet, let them finish at 3.5 feet, and you end up with 1.5 ounces of weed. You know, I grow a 5 foot plant, and I did a 17 ounce plant in that room. One plant, 17 ounces. It was big around, but it finished out at nearly 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, just to see if I could do it, just see how much I could put on in one plant.
What size pot were you in?
I was in a 20-gallon aero pot with under 1,000 watt, and it filled a whole 5x7 space.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful plant. Got pictures of stuff like that. I never did videos back then. We were kind of leery of putting shit like that up on the internet, you know. Not only because of people knowing you, but even your friends will come kick your door in the middle of the night when you're not home, you know, your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, friends can be. But yeah, I like them. What are you? You about a 5 foot plant guy? Would you say?
I guess in my tents are restricted to, what were they? They were 7 foot high tents. And when you got fans and whatnot above the LEDs, I was restricted a little bit. So I think my last plants finished out at yeah, they were chest high. They were 4.5, 5 foot tall, I guess, when they finished out. So yeah, about there, I guess. Now in the next room, they're probably going to be a little bit larger, but we'll see. I have more ceiling height in the new room.
Yeah, that's I'm fortunate. I can, you know, I end up with about 3 inches of space at the top.
Oh no, I've got in there. I got 9 foot ceilings easily.
Yeah,
and I've got I can use every little bit of it. So I won't, but I could.
Yeah, that's what I do. I have the XXX hoods, 1,000 watt bulbs, and 9 foot ceilings. And anything more than 7 foot, I tell you, I've never grow a plant indoors that big again. I like 5 foot. My stakes are 5 foot tall. Those green stakes I use, and I do spread it out. They probably get a little taller now. Yeah, I've done the smalls. It just seems a lot more work, more watering, more error, because you can overwater one and underwater another one. There's just, you know, too many things. I can take one plant and produce as much out of 4 or 5 littles, you know, if you do it right. So it'll be fun to watch. Like I say, this will be some of the first video of the budding. Although I have, like I say, I started to write a book at one time. I have 3 years of growing, still photographs and stuff, which is cool.
Bobby317 is asking me a question that I've been wanting to answer for a while, actually. And he says, are there any future plans for video in the new room, or did I just miss it? At this point in time, I'm not going to be showing the new rooms, at least not in their entirety. I'll probably be going in and taking video, maybe bud porn, maybe highlighting, you know, strains and whatnot. But as far as the full room, at this point in time, for reasons that just for safety, I guess, I just don't want to show all that, you know. So I'm well within my plant count, well within my plant count, but at this point in time, I'm not going to. I'm going to be getting some 3x3 tents, actually, because I've got a huge closet in here that allows me. It's like 4 inches short of being able to hold my 4x4. I would have just threw my 4x4 back up in there, but I'm going to get a couple 3x3s. I'm trying to think whether or not I want to let this next information go, but yeah, why not? I'm going to be getting some mouse tech, I think, for sure in my room here shortly. Well, maybe not shortly, within the next 5 months, we would think. So, but I'm going to be doing some 3x3 tents, and we're going to be just doing some highlight tents, more or less. So there, that answers that question. I think if you have any other questions, I guess hit me up on that. But and then the next question, which is another really good question, I want Sid to kind of jump in a little bit. I know he's in chat. He doesn't like to jump into my live streams. He's up on a mountain, I think, right now anyways. But he said, I was told if you take a clone, Tommy Gunn says this, I was told if you take a clone and put it in water and place it under 12-12, it will show sex in a few days. I've not tried it. Any truth to this, Pedro's Grow Room? My answer to that is I don't know. I know that you could take a clone and then force it into flower, and it will show sex. At what point in time you can force it into flower, I don't know. Maybe right away. Does either of you two know? Or does Sid? Can you provide an answer in chat?
Now, say that again, Pedro. What was the question?
Can you take a clone? All right, now I got to go back and find it. Damn it! I was told that if you take a clone and put it in water and place it under 12-12, it will show sex in a few days. I've not tried it. Any truth to this?
I have some clones that I took, but I know that they were going to start showing male, which I was hoping that when I took them they would not, because I thought I took them early enough. So, you know, that's kind of right along that question of, will it show? Mine showed because I thought they had enough light that they were going to be more than 12-12, but I don't know. I wasn't around to really see what was going on, because this happened when I was in Iowa. But when I came back during that time, all I know is the cuttings that I took all had pollen sacs on them. So I can't say yes and I can't say no.
Sid and 1997 Wolverine are both saying it will show sex in water.
I've heard of that. I don't know what the principle behind it would be, other than saving maybe a little stress on the mom. You know, when you take the cuttings without flipping the lights. I've seen actually people take and flip the lights and leave them flip for, you know, long enough to where it started to show more than just sexing, you know, and then flip it back. I've seen people take nugged up plants early on and flip them back. I'm going later on this evening after I finish all my other work, and my buddy's flipped his lights, but he's got some loco that I want to get from Tony. Some of that AK and Loco cross that he popped. He's got a big girl over there that I want to, you know, keep the genetics alive, because he's not going to do it. He's one of those bean poppers. I know, you know, he doesn't do cuttings. He just pops beans. It's a Primo Kush. Hey, Primo. How you doing, man? I heard he was ill. Somebody was
in here. What's going on,
in the
buddy?
hospital. So.
Yep, I've been with him in Google Chat,
Okay.
chatting with him.
So he must be dead.
Cheers, Primo. Hope all is well, brother.
Hope you feel
Yeah.
better.
Are you still in the hospital, Primo? Are you home? How are you watching the show? Because I know sometimes when you're in the hospital, you have your tablet.
Mr. Farmers joined
Oh,
us.
Urban must be really baked.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope so too, actually. I'm going to do another dab of Critical Kush just because Urban came on.
I heard.
How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy?
I'm super high. It's really hot. Just got a heat wave going on, and just trying to ride it out.
You sound like you're melting.
So, do you get high because, like, super high because you're watching my show, or do you watch my show and then get super high? Or what question am I trying to ask here?
True.
True. Do you get high
Yes.
because of my show and get super stoned because of my show and then come on? Does my show pull this out of you?
Do you try to keep up doing dabs with Pedro? Is that the problem?
Oh my god! I don't think anybody can keep up with Pedro. I'm just training for my.
Ask a coherent question.
I'm just training for my RSO dab come the Emerald Cup. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
There you go.
Yeah, that's going to take a marathon for you. So that's official Frank was super cool, dude. I have to give a shout out. That was badass.
Frank, yeah, he's got way too much attention. You know, he's just a worm, but he's my worm.
You have given him this. Well, you have created the ability for him to draw this attention. You made a monster, dude.
Frank, you know, I got to put a leash on that guy.
You
He
might
was
have
over-
to.
He was over here last night, did a top dressing on all the girls. I loved him. I left a comment in chat. Great guy, left a nice pile of worm castings across the tops of them all, getting ready to flip the lights into bud. So that gives him that nice little kick in the ass towards the end on the nitrogen as it gets watered in. So, Frank, hats off to you, bro. Thanks a lot.
Well, cheers, everybody. I'm gonna pack one up and rip this Malibu pie.
Nice.
Cheers.
How is your Malibu?
It seems to be pretty, along the same lines as everybody else's. The overripe pineapples, the kind of colorful buds, and quick finishing with that dark purple fade thing right at the end. So pretty even with everybody else, I think.
I just grew my 4x4, and I've actually got a video recorded, so I owe you guys another video on that as well. But I ran my just last run of Malibu pie. There was 4 of them in mine. There was the no-till, the attempt with the raised bed grassroots fabric pot, with the no-till, blah 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 blah. I ran them to day 74. I had 0 stretch. I had 0 fade. And I had probably 15% amber maybe at day 74. Now, I know, like I said, I screwed the hell out of my no-till, but the cool thing is we have a pheno in there that seriously at this point in time is straight up grape. I don't know. I'm not sure where the grape comes from, but it smells like grape like crazy.
Wow.
So,
That almost sounds like you popped some Salida OG the way you're talking about that grape pheno.
we'll see what it ends up curing as, but right now it seems to have some grape tones to it. So
Mine didn't stretch either. Got nothing. Neither did Wookie Cush's. But then again,
Did
we
you
all
have
have the LEDs.
the tester pack. Did you have the tester pack though, or did you have the official pack?
Yeah, I had the tester pack Malibu.
See, Gromau was saying something about
The tester pack from Ocean Grown that all of us got, that you got, that I got, that Wookie got, was an F2, and that was actually like a 0 stretch pheno, and I didn't know that. I wish I'd have known that. I'd have played the game differently. The typical Malibu pie, I believe, has a 50% or 60% stretch. I have to look it up to know for sure, but ours does not, and I didn't play the game accordingly.
Yeah, neither did I. I would have grown them up twice as big. I thought they were going to double or triple in size, but I got maybe 1.5 inches in the stretch.
Yep, nothing at all, hardly anything at all. I actually had to lower my lights to pull them back down because I was waiting for the stretch, and then it just never happened. So yeah, that was our pheno, and we just weren't we just weren't informed, I guess.
The fruit helmet and the purple pie, on the other hand, are stretchers.
Nice. I still got 2 here that I got to pop, Swashbuckler, and I can't remember what the other one is. I don't know where the hell they're at right now, but I still got to pop 2. The Smurfzilla from North Genetics is holy shit, man. That's like 100% stretcher.
That's one name that keeps popping up in the wind is North Genetics, isn't it?
It really is, man. I'm growing their Smurf. I've got quite a few other genetics that he sent me, but Smurf seems to be really good. I know 3 other people that are growing it right now from my cuts. So yeah, it seems to be a good cut. But we're going to be the 420 Resistance show is going to be doing a pheno, well, not a pheno hunt. They're going to be doing a little contest at the DGC. They're going to be, everybody on the 420 Resistance show is going to grow out space dust, and then they're going to take their best 1 ounce bag up to the DGC and disperse it amongst a certain bunch of judges, if you will, and have a little bit of a smoke off aside from the DGC itself. But that's the plans over there at the 420 Resistance show. So
Speaking of the DGC, Scotty just left a comment on my video the other day. I got super excited when I saw it. So,
Well, hell yeah, I would too.
Scotty, if you're listening, shout out, brother.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool.
There's Maine 420 med grower that he's been growing for North Genetics as a tester for years. So he knows what it's like growing it, testing all those genetics. Which one's your favorite one, 420 med grower? I know he was growing the birthday cake that was from a different company, but yeah, I want to know more about some of these North Genetics because I've seen him on Instagram. If you guys don't follow him, he's on Instagram as well, showing some of his grows.
So what else do we got to talk about here, guys?
I have some news with the 4th of July Veterans thing.
Oh, share, please.
So I've been talking to the CEO and the CEO of Weed for Warriors Project, and we've been working on selecting an individual that is in their network, that's in their project, who we can help. And we have selected an individual. We're just kind of finalizing him. I'm getting to know him, so I'll just kind of withhold his name until he's going to get the donations. But he's a Navy vet, and he could really use some help with some doctor's bills. He doesn't have all his limbs, and they kind of just want to take the easy route out and hack some more off. So we're gonna see if we can't help him out getting to where he needs to go to see the proper doctors, so he can maintain as much of himself as he possibly can. Cool guy. So I hope to introduce him all to you as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm just finalizing everything up, but that's where we are.
Do you have plans on how you're going to release it to the public? Are you going to do a video? Are you going to do a live? Are you going to go to his place? Are you going to, do you have any of that? Do you want to release some of that information?
I really did have intentions of having a big grandiose video. And I'll tell you, I'll do the best that I can. And here's why. When you want to sort of interject yourself into somebody in need's life, to really be of assistance, you kind of have to be at their beck and call, even though you're the one with the support and the help behind you. So to be most effective, you kind of have to bend the knee a little bit and hear them out and sort of get to know their situation as well as they know it, to be able to allocate those funds to be most effective. And that doesn't always allow for video footage or for me to be there, videotaping or getting the most precious moments or whatever. So funds, if where the funds need to go don't allow for the most effective help for who we're trying to help as a community, then we'll do it that way. So that's why I say I'll do the best that I can. This person is in California, but we're trying to outsource other medical opportunity out of state. I obviously wouldn't be able to be there. But I'll get it done some way, somehow. We've come this far together as a team, so we're going to wrap it all together and tie the knot. And I'm really looking forward to it. This is the good part. This is what we've kind of all been waiting for. So at the end of the day, I guess, as long as somebody gets helped with our community's name stamped as responsible, then that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, that was kind of the point. Just to help some individual.
Yes, sir, but I definitely want to document as much as I possibly can, especially for all the people that donated. There were so many of you, and I'm sure there's a bunch of you listening now. But my intent is to bring the thing full circle and get somebody helped. And we're getting close.
Pixel Monkey's asking, are we going to see another auction?
I've been thinking about auctioning off of Frank. So there's only 2 Franks in existence, all plush stuffed Franks. I guess I'll put it that way. I have the first. I have the first original Frank, and if you guys want to go over to Mr. Tight's Instagram page, I think that's the Homegrown Report on Instagram. He has the second Frank, and it comes with its own certificate of authenticity.
That's
so only 2 in existence. I've been thinking about making the third and possibly auctioning that off. I don't know how people would, and I don't know. And me and Frank and I, we've been together, and I don't know if I just want to hand them off to anybody. You know, after all we've gone through, and after all, Ian is a dear friend of mine. I've known him for years, and so I know he's in good hands over there.
Am I seeing bids in
we'll
chat
see.
for
I'll have to talk to Frank about it.
$9,000? Did I see 2 bids in chat for $9,000?
Yeah, Urban, I'm still with you on this, and I truly feel that, and hope, you would consider doing another 4th of July and make it a yearly event. And I know we can find a place to do this outdoors and invite a bunch of people. It may take some time yet, but we're going to keep working on it. I'm looking for places. We've discussed a few places here just recently, actually. So it's kind of neat that you brought this up, and it's been moving forward, and it's cool. You're going to be able to help somebody. But the Frank idea, Ruby and I both discussed auctioning off one of our lunch boxes, totally loaded. I even asked the hat company I work with there for a new hat, and the guy had the guts to tell me, he said, why don't you just send us that one, we'll send you a new one. I said, listen, bro, I'll sign this thing, I'll put it up on eBay, and I'll get $500 for the hat. I'll buy another one of your hats and give $450 away to a good worthy cause, dude. Why would I send something like that away, So I don't know. We need to look at this a little different possibly, but I love the whole idea of helping people. I shared with Pedro and Medi and Dizzy what's going to take place tomorrow on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us tomorrow for the Wake and Bake, because we got a little surprise. I haven't seen the individual in here, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. But yeah, I think that's where the cannabis. I mean, look at Subs. He's got growing together, and I truly feel the hempster hipsters. We can do this, man. Show them that we love each other and care and give a shit. Cool.
Oh yeah, toke to that. I'm gonna token one. I never actually got around to token this Malibu Pie Bowl, but I'm gonna get right to it.
Yeah, that's very important on the show, so please do.
Yes. I was gone for like 5 minutes.
That's cool. Love the bet. He knows where we're at. We have a large veterans hospital here, one of probably the biggest in the state, I would imagine. So, yeah, sus spot.
Dab time, everybody. Cheers. Wonder if anybody ever counts how many dabs I do, or Dizzy does in the show. We've always talked about that.
It would probably end up being too many. But what's too many? I haven't died yet.
That was a healthy one.
It's real healthy when you're just smoking the resin. I don't even know what that was. That was cannabis rosin.
It's cannabis.
Sometimes you find little jars sitting around, or these little containers, and you can't label them, you can't write on them because it just doesn't work. So you lose track of what the hell you have. But all right, where are we at? Where do we want this conversation to go, gentlemen? Or chat?
I saw you picked up some EM1,
ladies. Yeah, I did. Did you miss that? I'll say it again because now we have 100. Now we're down 186, but that's all right. Next week, and I'm going to be doing quite a bit of advertising. Not a lot, but a little bit of advertising. Eric from Terraganics, who is the company that makes EM1, is going to be here, like right there, right here.
Right in between.
And we're going to do a big live interview. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit specific on organic growing and EM1 in itself and how it's used in SIPS containers and how it can benefit others outside of SIPS containers and blah, 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 whatever. Who knows where to go from there. So, Urban, if you'd like to come on, and Med, I like to have the organic growers on, Fada. Come on and we can have some questions we can throw back and forth at this gentleman and really kind of spark up some conversation. one of the big ones are that everybody's asking is, what's the difference between this and making activated labs in your home?
Well, I think I can answer that.
Well, let's let this go for next week.
Yeah,
Well,
ruin the show.
No, some of
Are we
it
live yet?
some of it just comes
Man,
back
where
to
are you? I really don't want to talk about it. I'm trying to give that for next week. Boy, oh boy.
They call that a teaser.
I should type cues into chat, I guess, for Med.
Yeah.
So we're live now. Hi guys, welcome to the Whatever Show. This is Whatever Show 17. I'm Pedro. This is Dizzy. We got Fada Mike here. Now we got Urban here, and we've got Medically Fit. I'm really not sure that Medically Fit's been here the entire time.
No, not at all.
I'm thinking he's some floating where around because he's not.
He's not medicated enough.
So
No.
let me get this straight. The guy from EM1 is going to be on next week. What a bump for the show. I'm telling you, I'm going to mark my calendar right now over here on.
You're awesome.
I
think you're kind
See
of the
how we
whipping
got
boy, Jake.
chat just going. They're
Sorry.
loving this. They're just having a good time with this.
Fucking Med.
Or girl and Bud Man just got here. What'd I miss?
Not much, because we weren't live before.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. So, yes, he will be here next week. You can give him the tour of the place, and we're going to go down to Build a Soil and do a little interview here. I think he's going to be on the whole show. As far as I know, he doesn't have any other plans, but yeah, so that's next week. Oh, and then the week after, are we going to?
The week after, we're doing a ladies panel on the Whatever Show.
There it
Get
is.
some chit chat with the girly girls. I'm sure we'll have some fellas along as well, but
No guys along.
but
Except
bring
me.
in some sisters
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
and some of their misters.
So yeah, there it is. We've been trying to put that on the schedule, and she wanted it. She was like, "Well, should we do it quick tonight?" And I'm like, "No. We need to hype this up a little bit. We need to make sure everybody's going to be there. We need to make sure all of y'all, that's you, are going to be there." So yeah, we're going to have a female panel on the Whatever Show.
No,
So-
guys can still come to the chat. You guys are so
Yeah,
sweet.
dudes can still be here. Dudes are going to want to be here.
We just usually have a bunch of dudes on here, and
Yeah.
figured why not bring my sisters?
See, it'll be a panel full of women and a chat full of dudes. Firebird said.
There you go. That's probably true.
So yeah, who potentially can we expect to see?
I think we're gonna see Lady Hannah, and of course Miss Ruby Dooby, and Puff and Pixie, and Mrs. Trichrome Champ. Star Delta, I think, is gonna come, and possibly we might have 70s Mama. Patty might join in. You never
Damn.
know who might stop
That's
by.
a hell of a panel.
I
I
know the
would
first
just-
few said they wanted to come for sure, though.
Yeah, Star Delta had a live feed earlier that I was on in chat, and 70s Mama was in there, so it was great chatting with the ladies. So
I might just
We've
have
been
to
having so much fun together lately.
sit back and shut up and let the women have a party.
No, you know they're gonna tease you probably the whole time.
where's Pedro? Where's Pedro?
No, it'll be good to have them on. It's good to give them a little bit of exposure. They've got the exposure, obviously, but just a little bit of a bump of an exposure. They deserve it. They need it, and I want to give it to them. So I wanted to have a good female panel show. So I think it's gonna be fun.
While we're on the subject, next Monday, Hennep OG, Miss Lady Hennep, is going to host the ladies next Monday night. So they can watch that and then join them all again the following night on the Whatever Show. And I could imagine the women will talk about whatever.
Probably.
They do that.
We tend to all day long. And if you guys didn't check it out last night, they had a little impromptu smoke sesh, which I didn't get to go, but over at Ruby Dooby's channel. So if you didn't get to see that, go check it out.
Yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited for it.
Now that I'm all slathered up, I think it's time for another dab.
She had to put on her RSO salve. Oh, by the way, so check this out. I was getting ready to go on Sub's show on Saturday night. He had a Grow Tube special, and freaking out trying to get everything ready. And I went running through the hallway here and smashed my pinky toe. Literally, almost literally ripped my pinky toenail completely off. Like it just went.
Glad it wasn't your whole toe.
No, it wasn't the
That
whole
would've
toe.
been
It was the pinky
gross.
toenail. Just like bent completely back, and then I pushed it back down and was like, "Oh my god!" So we've the first night I put Neosporin on it. We just put Neosporin, bandaged it up, and it was okay, you know. And then I actually mentioned it on that show, and everybody was suggesting that I put RSO on it. And as much as I am an advocate of RSO, I know nothing about applying it to an actual wound, to a cut, to a burn, to a ripped off toenail, to anything. So I was a little skeptical. So I did just a little bit of brief searching on Google, and yeah, I mean, everybody was like, hell yeah, you know. It was pretty much unanimous. Everybody said, hell yeah, do it. So Dizzy always, you know, she always has her salve made up. It's a pretty potent mixture of RSO and some.
Got some right here.
Because you told better.
Essential oils, beeswax, and coconut oil.
Tea tree oil, didn't you say too?
Yeah, it's got tea tree oil, eucalyptus. Oh God, what else did I?
You see this?
Frankincense. And
Remember this
wintergreen.
container, Pedro?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I do.
So anyways, so what she did is she took
a tablespoon of that.
she took
And I
some of her
mixed
salve.
in a whole nother gram worth of RSO, so I made it like really strong. And then we just used a little dab of that on his bandage, put that over the toenail, hopefully.
And we've used it twice
helps.
now, and it looks ridiculously good.
Like
As a matter of fact,
you're talking like you're using it like Neosporin, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
basically just using it like Neosporin. Pretty much identical. Only it's RSO mixed with some essential oils, coconut oil, tea tree oil, blah 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 blah. Just a little heavy on the RSO, and my toenail is not black. It doesn't look like it's oh shit. It actually doesn't look bad at all. I'm really, really, really surprised. And this was Saturday night.
3 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
So I'm
So
hoping that it stays down and actually maybe.
and it doesn't hurt
I
like
don't know,
one
we'll
bit.
see, I guess.
So
If you guys are curious about that salve, there is a instructional video on my channel, so go check that out.
Yeah,
like exactly how to make it.
I could recommend it because they sent some home with me when I was out there, and I've tried it many times, and I try to take it with me anytime I'm traveling. So if I ever need some, I have it with me.
Nice.
The only thing we haven't made yet a video on, I guess, as far as making it, the RSO salve, is how to make the actual RSO. And just because of YouTube's whatever, they're scared to let anything be posted that deals with anything that could be potentially dangerous. And when you start dealing with alcohol and a heat source, they view that as being dangerous. Now,
Flammable, highly flammable.
Now,
So they say it's
now
like
the
safety regulation.
now the fact, and I've been thinking about this quite regularly, and actually thought about it pretty extensively today. The fact that creating an extract with alcohol is legal here in Colorado, and the fact that I can use a distiller to brew my own alcohol, I can put those two things together. I'm using a distiller not to brew alcohol, but it's safe, it's legal, it's not going about the illegal, it's a home tabletop brewer, so it's not an exposed heat source. So those two things, I'm making RSO, which is legal, and I'm using a desktop or a countertop distiller, which is legal. We might be able to do a video. I'm a little nervous on doing it because if we get shut down, we get shut down for like 3 months, and I won't be able to do any live feeds. But we'll see what happens. So that's why we haven't done an RSO video to this point. Believe me, that's the first video that I want Dizzy to do on her channel, because I think she'll get blown up hardcore. But I'm scared. So.
Well, I do need to make some RSO very soon here. I keep running out of time every day to make it. Maybe I'll videotape it.
No, so I think if we do it, Woody's freaking out. I think if we do it, we might do it on Dizzy's
My
channel.
channel, because it's less risky.
because
Well,
it will hurt
here's
the traveling
something
plants. But
they consider, since it is legal to perform both. Um, there has to be some written document somewhere that says you can do this legally in your home, both through alcohol or distill alcohol. And your RSO, or I like to say cannabis oil, um, you may be able to post something prior to actually doing the event to, make them look at the fact that what you're doing is legal in your state, both applications.
Yeah.
No, it's a fine line. I consider doing it with the extract craft. I think the same way you do. Safe and legal. I've seen people make herb extracts and stuff. I've actually seen, what's his name, make RSO in his backyard on YouTube. Now, I don't know if his videos are still up or not.
oh, Rick, yeah.
Rick
So-
made a
so-
lot of it. So
so
how did he get away with it?
As long as we're on this topic, yeah, that's a very good question because he used it. Yeah, that's a very good question.
Real quick, Pedro. Sid Avery says
I saw
put
that.
age restriction on it.
I saw that.
That's good
That's
advice.
is
Well, and you can't monetize. That's all. When you age restrict like that, you can't monetize.
yeah, I don't care to monetize it. I'm trying to get the
No,
information. out there.
try to help people, for crying out loud.
So you had mentioned at the beginning of the show, and it's stuck in my head like a toothpick. You want to get away from calling it RSO and calling it cannabis oil. I wanted to get you a little more in-depth point of view on that.
Well, truly, the plant oil has been used for years and years and years, and I know even our federal government owns several different patents on the plant oil and materials. So, it's like naming a strain, I guess. I don't know. I like to give Rick the kudos for bringing it to the forefront and opening it up in a different way. But I think there's other ways to pat somebody on the back. Cannabis oil's been around forever, dude. Yeah.
Well, it's like years ago, there was a YouTube grower that was showing how to grow a specific way. I can't remember his name right offhand. He changed his channel to a paid channel. But people loved his technique so much they started calling it his type of technique. If you change the name of it to the Dizzy's oil, because it's your method, it's kind of like the same thing. It's Phoenix down tiers as what Rick Simpson oil is, that's kind of how I would see it.
But do they make the oil out of Rick Simpson, or do they make it out of the cannabis plant? That's all I got to say. They've been making oils for medicine for a long time out of the cannabis plant, long before the man was born. That's all. I'm not trying to take anything away from Rick. God bless him and everything he's done. He even opened my eyes to some things that I was doing possibly wrong. I don't know. It's like the marijuana cannabis thing I'm trying to, they gave us these terminologies. They're beating us up with their words. Let's use the right and correct, call a dog, a cat, and cannabis. I don't know what the hell this marijuana shit is, and I wish they quit arresting people for it.
I agree.
Yeah, OG Brick 420 high grow hybrid technique. That's what it was, HHT technique. And it was already out there. It was a DWC culture technique, and that's all it was. And everybody started calling it his style technique, and it went big for a long time on YouTube.
Well, Fada, I literally asked that question for educational purposes, not to argue one bit, and you convinced me, really. Yeah, it has been used for millennia, or for a long time. Let's put it that way. And yeah, he just brought it to the forefront. So to call it Rick Simpson oil is probably, is incorrect. So I agree. I concur, my friend. Thank you.
But I don't want to take anything away from the man. I mean,
No, absolutely not. He brought it to
I
the
love
forefront
patting
again.
people on the back, but to coin a phrase, everybody calls it a Band-Aid, but Band-Aid doesn't make all the Band-Aids in the world.
Well,
Purell makes Band-Aids, and
In
We
the
don't call them sticky bandages.
That's why when people ask me what I'm smoking cannabis. Because I looked up ChemDog the other day because we ran across some ChemDog last week, and I just wanted to see the lineage of ChemDog. It literally locked up my computer. My computer could not load all the information that the internet was trying to load onto it from all of the crosses that ChemDog had been. It was just crazy mad, and I thought, well, there you go. What am I really growing? How many times has it been crossed since back and I don't know when? And where do we, it's funny. I guess I think too much, I guess that's what happens when you get old. You just kind of wonder about this kind of shit.
Well, it was just an extraction method is what he used. And, because he created it, people started labeling it after him. And that's kind of where everything just took a hold because he brought it to the forefront, and everybody just ran with it. Hey, Rick Simpson oil, he created it. It's his. Well, no, not really, but okay. It's kind of like the same thing with if you have a patent and somebody wants to copy your design, they can change it by 10% and then call it their own. And it can be 10% different than yours and it be completely different and be theirs.
Woody says they call the Band-Aids plasters.
I saw that. I'm watching chat. Believe me, I don't. If my chat's over here, my video's over here. So if y'all see me over here, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. And it's always that way. Chat's right here, video's over here. So I'm watching you. I might not get to be chatting all the time. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
I think of a cast.
Yeah, if I hear plaster, I think, yeah, either a cast or plaster in a wall.
Hi, Ma.
Hey, what's up, Ma?
Oh, we see you, 9 Inch Coolest. We're looking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're
you up there.
Watching you right now.
Corey, you too. But so where are we? What are we doing? What are we talking about?
We got like another 20 minutes or so here, and we're just kind of chilling.
Who keeps Reclaim? Fado?
Nah, I'm sorry. I should. There's sometimes I wish I would have, but I clean my rig quite often. So, and I like to use Jim's product, the weed wipes, and so.
Do you have one of these things?
No.
Your little Z attachment.
No, I probably should. I'm going to get into the nug smashing. As you well know, I'm seeking out the ultimate nug smashing device. And I saw Urban take his mic open. I'd love to hear from the guy. He's such a great wealth of knowledge. Urban, do you
know anything about it?
Well, Fada,
No, I know nothing.
Fada, you like to be educated. So do yourself a favor and just go on a Google search and read a couple articles, but just type in what's in Reclaim. And I'll almost guarantee you're going to go out and buy one of these Z's and start holding it.
Oh, yeah. It's well worth it.
Oh, I have no doubt. No, I've actually taken it and capped it and taken it before bed and things like that myself. But to actually do it, I have such a, oh gosh, I'm going to have to fess up. I have such a it's just, I don't know if dinosauric. It probably came out of the pre-dinosaur age of dabbed equipment. I'm sorry. I'm not up to it yet. I still use a torch, butane. I haven't blown myself up yet, but I've gotten close. It does collect in your beard, by the way. It will collect in your beard.
I remember you saying that.
It goes off real fast. So,
but no, I actually used to keep a bottle down here. Well, there was a couple bottles in the garbage at one point in time, so I pulled one out, and I would just burn, turn it upside down and burn it and throw it into the garbage, and just sometimes I just burn it right into the garbage and throw it away, and then I got to thinking that one time, what's in Reclaim? So I did the Google search, and I was like, holy shit, where'd that bottle go? That I threw away?
You're decarboxylating everything.
And it's sometimes it's got a lot of more THC than you would expect. Sometimes 20, sometimes up to freaking 60%, depending on how you're dabbing and what rig you have and whatnot. But the CBN is what's huge in it.
Yeah.
The first time I took a dab, like I thought, if you look at this stuff, it looks like poo-poo. Like it looks like resin. Like it's not. It doesn't. Oh yeah, it smells like poo-poo actually too. But
This is hash reclaim we're talking about, not the crap that you scrape off your bong, right?
no. This
No.
is rosin reclaim. Rosin reclaim. Right
Okay.
here
From
on
an
the
oil rig.
All right there, that stuff in the gooey that needs to be cleaned out again. So I looked at it, and it's a lot of CBN. So I was like, well, let me see. I'll try a dab once. So I took a big glop, and it doesn't bubble. It dabs completely different. I expected it to taste. It's real sappy. I expected it to taste like freaking like the black poop that it looks like, and it didn't. It's the smoothest shit that you'll ever hit, and it's way more body high. And yeah, when Dizzy was having a problem one night, really bad, I came in and I grabbed a little capsule, one of our big old capsules, and just got a big old glop and gave it to her, and she said it was amazing.
It really helps the body. Oh my lord.
Well, not just
So-
the CBN, the CBG that's in it as well. That really helps with the inflammation issues that you're having.
Okay.
So yeah,
CBN helps with like spasm and stuff, right?
Yeah,
And-
plus it's a sedative or like a, sedative, strong kind of knock you down type of relaxation.
Maybe it calms my nerves.
and OG Brick, yes, a lot of the tests when they tested Reclaim did contain a very high amount of THC left. I think when you're doing it in this manner, where I've got my e-nail and everything's got to go down through such a hot channel. No, I'm pretty sure that I don't have a heck of a lot of THC left in mine. But for those like Fada, when you're dabbing out of a bucket, and maybe you take a big glob, and some of that glob goes down, real quick into your neck. That shit's got a lot of THC in it. It's a waste, so to speak, because it's going down your neck. But as long as it's not going into that water, it can be saved. And man, some people to make edibles out of it. Envy, Closet Med Grower, and I had this conversation quite a bit. So,
Well, that's
highly recommend.
Yeah, it's great for making edibles, especially if you don't have anything around and you don't want to smoke it. Making it into an edible, it really helps hide the taste of it. It doesn't taste like making it from can of butter. It's a little
Sure.
different when it comes to the taste of it.
But yeah, OG Brick, like I said, you got a point though. Like I said, the way I do it here, with it going, it's going through too much heat, and by the time it trips down, no, I don't have any THC left. It's all converted over to CBD or CBN, excuse me, or CBG, like Medfits here says. But in
And
the
to
case
me-
of Vada, man, you could get some really high THC content stuff probably back.
That's almost a better RSO than trying to make some of it because of how you're decarboxylating everything.
Oh hell yeah, it does. Like Dizzy said, I haven't taken it yet because we don't have a heck of a lot. There's probably 3 grams in there now, but I save that stuff. That's hardcore relief for her. So I don't eat that shit. I'll do a dab every once in a while.
Now,
Hey, let's
Dizzy,
go right now.
do you do more of dabbing it when you do it, or do you do it capsule and edible?
I mostly dab it.
Well,
I like it dabbing
I want that
it dipped in the CBD crystals too. That's really nice.
See
But I'm
this?
out of those right now.
It's like poo-poo blacky stuff, but it's really smooth. Cheers.
I think I have to go to bed early tonight. Man. Dying over here. Not really.
Corey Rossler, you love graham crackers. I love chicken and a biscuit.
Yes, he does. I hate chicken and biscuits.
How's that for
They're
whatever?
gross. So I just buy them just for him.
This to me has got like a, you notice there's virtually no cough. It's got like a more of a chocolatey flavor, if you will, to me anyways, I guess.
What about a mentholy, kind of like a Hall's
no.
menthol? Nothing.
Not even close, no. But really, really smooth. Like I said, you would expect it to be like roach terps, you know. It's not.
Corey
It just
Ross
gives you a
says,
whole
"Don't
different
look at me."
Don't look at me.
Feeling
He said that a
paranoid
couple
now?
times now. I'm watching you. Watching.
Still see you. Oh,
Oh, so where are we at?
I think I want another one of these.
We're getting real close to flipping the chicks. I got to do my lights, so I'm going to have to bow out, folks. I hate to leave because I wanted to share some stuff with y'all, but another time, for another time.
You can stick around if you want to, but if you got to go, that's okay too.
Well, I got about a 15-minute window, which gives me about an hour and 15 minutes. And like I said, I got all my timers out, and I've got to plop all my bulbs and wash all my lenses and all that kind of shit. So, work, that friggin' 4-letter word that we all love to do so much.
I
But
hear
the
you.
garden is calling. But I appreciate you guys having me on and chat. Much love to you guys. Join us in the morning. Very special
I was gonna
show
say.
tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this very stuff. This, what is it? It's Rodney's Stevenson oil, RSO.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
no, it's Randall
Robbie
Smith.
Salamander. Yeah.
I thought it was Dizzy Grower oil.
There we go.
It's,
DGO.
it's really
You
strong.
know, that's
oil.
funny you guys brought that up because I used to
Really
call
strong oil.
Eileen. You know Kyle Cushman when he does the snapping where he'll take and he'll snap the stalks. And I used to call that Kyling back in the day.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't know it was low stress training. you know.
LST, baby.
LST, baby. Yeah. So, but much love to chat. Much love to you guys. Urban's always great to see you, brother. Thanks for all you're doing with the bets. And keep us in the loop, man, all the time. Keep us up to date. I'd like to work with you on that. Nettie, thanks always, bro. Growing some good strains because of you, my friend. Some really good medicine.
Yeah, I'll get that package of Redline Genetics out to you, sir.
Well, but not only that, I mean, the ones that we do have, I'm very impressed with them. So.
Speaking of the red pill, there is also another package in this package of red pill for you. So
I have the queen too. We have the red queen also. So
nice, very
I'm
nice.
excited about that. So, but Pedro, sorry about that. Didn't mean to wrap it up like this on you, but yeah, I don't usually bow out. I love hanging with you, man. It's the last thing I want to do to leave, but I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and these girls are waiting on me now. So
I
God
was
bless
noticing
everybody.
that full moon last night and thinking about you, Fada. I was like, oh, it's almost time.
yeah, it's going to be full a little after 3 tonight, or it'll be in the morning about 3 something, and then tomorrow night we get another 99% of it. So it's like a double whammy full moon night. So
Cool. Maybe I'll go build up my Scrog screens tomorrow and I'll flip with you.
yeah, I tell you. And the women, they're 28-day cycles, so we work off the 7, 14, 21, 28 days. Just works out great for
Maybe
you.
I'll have to
you
give
know?
it a shot. Have to give it
The hormones are with you. The girls are growing. They're grooving. Ah.
Well, thanks for coming on, my friend. If I can come on tomorrow, I will. I know the topic and I'm interested, and if I can make it, I will.
You know the invitation's always there. Same way, Urban. Maddie, same way with you guys. I know you guys are knowledgeable on this stuff. And we hope to see everybody in chat tomorrow. I got to go, folks. Love you much. Thanks again.
Take it easy, Fada. Great seeing you. May the hormones be with you.
Or with the girls.
We got our boy Dung Beetle in chat here. I'm gonna send him
Dung
an
Beetle.
invite if I can find it. Yep. If he wants
Why
to
did
come
you
in, he
decide
doesn't
to
have
call
to.
yourself a poop beetle?
You can come in if you want to. If you don't want to,
Just
whatever.
curious.
See if I care.
He's usually good about joining.
I'm just messing with people, man. You're not here tonight, are you, man?
I'm a little medicated.
I don't. You're off tonight, man.
Wow.
You're not on the same wavelength. You're just off. You're like this wavelength. This is how we're working tonight.
See, we can give it some comedian relief. There you go.
Speaking of
We're
wavelength,
not going to be on for very long, Mr. Dung. We're going to be on for T minus 9 minutes and 34 seconds. 24,
Yeah.
22, 20.
Chat just disconnected.
So
That's
anyways.
the first time tonight. Usually my chat disconnects like 20 times a night. It's so annoying.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
At least.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to our trip up. We were going to stop and see Dung Beetle when we went up to Denver next weekend. Or next, why do I keep calling it next
I don't
weekend?
know.
It's this weekend. Yeah.
Because I haven't.
You
Whatever.
haven't
Because you
accepted
talked to
I
us
guess.
last week about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't know if I was for sure going to go this Friday. See, I'm getting it.
See?
But Dunville's gonna be gone.
But yeah, he's starting
He's
his
going to the
trip
Cup.
probably. I think he's starting leaving tomorrow morning, early as poop. And
He
well,
said he's going to jump on real quick.
I'll just
Yep.
let him talk. I won't ruin it. I won't ruin the surprise med fit. See how that works? I'm just we'll let
Like
it
a
build up
teaser.
and then let him bust it out.
Well, you know, I got to build that suspense.
Fucker.
Hey, for that, let's do a dab.
Okay.
She's doing it. I'll get there.
And I'll take one of the the chem alchemy? The
critical alchemy.
Yeah.
Yo, listen to you guys on a roll over here. I love this shit.
You get enough critical alchemy in me, and I guess I get on a roll, man. It seems
Get a little giggly like a little
it seems to
girl.
be a
and-
common
So
theme,
that's
man.
what it was last week. Pedro had some more alchemy. I see.
Yeah, well, it's this. I have a cut of critical kush, and I have a cut. Well, the alchemy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I made some. I had some trim, but I didn't have enough trim of both to make a big enough batch, so I mixed it together. Called it critical alchemy, and it makes me giggle freaking monster. And now I'm gonna do some dark plasma. So
Is it a sativa or hybrid or?
critical is they say critical is a 100% indica, which
It
I
hits
don't
me
believe.
like a sativa, like it makes me
Yeah,
energetic.
it's critical. What is it? It's critical mass mixed with son of a bitch. I don't remember.
What
and
is
then,
y'all's
alchemy?
What is y'all's take on this Ghost Train haze? So I was over with a couple homies yesterday, and they kicked me down a couple grams of this Ghost Train haze, and I says I need something indica for like a nighttime thing because you know me, I'm my sativas, and I'm like I need an indica for night, and she's like, oh, this is a killer indica. Here you go, I'm gonna hook you up. She gives me a gram of Ghost Train haze. I come home, hit that shit, and I'm all weed cracked out, bro. I was like, this is straight sativa.
Oh,
It's
no
straight
shit.
sativa. I've grown it. I've had it in my garden. Yeah, it's straight sativa.
Yeah, legit, bro. I'm totally with you because the high was not at all on par with an indica, and indicas definitely do me dirty, so they put me right to sleep, and I was like, yeah, I'm I'm super not tired. It was good though, super fire. It was lemon and really good, but
Yeah, it was one I really enjoyed. I got that cut from Buds on Buds. And it's really fire, you know. It's one of those strands that you hear people talk about and you try it and you're like, yeah, that's definitely worth trying out.
Right. You're like, yeah, I could take some more of that. Yeah, we got I'm pretty sure that Fought and Mike said he's been talking or he's working with the same guys, these apothecary guys in there. Gonna do something or other here soon on his show, so I think that'll be really cool because honestly these guys are doing like the best work out here, and it's just good to have them a part of our crew, you know what I mean? If they're gonna be anywhere, it's definitely better here for sure. So I'm kind of stoked on that, but they are definitely doing the best work, and it's gonna be cool to be able to put some of this stuff next to these Cannabis Cup winners and shit and let these guys see it for themselves.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go rep for apothecary.
Speaking of the Cannabis Cup, you're driving pretty soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I normally, as you know, I fly, and obviously with Michigan being so damn far, that's probably the most convenient way to go. But we were all talking about it. There's quite a few of us going to this one, but we were all talking about it, and High Time sent me an email back and said, "Yo, is there any way you guys would be willing to document your trip?" And to the Cup, I guess they just assumed that we were driving. And I was like, yo, plane ride's kind of boring, you know, but sure, I'll document it. And they're like, no, we want a road trip. I was like, oh, bummer. So we all sacked up and decided, I guess it's time to make that road trip and make it cool and get it on film, and then get our whole experience of the Cup and whatnot too, and toss it over to High Times and see what they do with it. So,
dude, that ain't so
It'll be
bad
fun.
for you. For you, it's only 20 hours. Pretty much.
oh my god, yeah, those guys will have already been driving for 14 hours by the time they even get to me.
Oh, shit.
gosh.
Yeah, for you, it's only 20. I know from here back to my hometown, Madison, Wisconsin, it's almost 20 on the nose. So cut off 4 hours to get to Denver, and add on 4 hours to drive to Michigan, and there you go.
Yeah,
It's
for
so funny
me,
you say that. We're going to Madison. That's one of our stops.
No
the
shit.
Yeah, the homie Copper's from Madison too, bro. That's a trip. We're staying at his family's house one night so we can get some rest, and then we'll make the push to Michigan the next morning.
so
That's
from
ridiculously
Denver,
cool, dude. You know what you
I
should
know, right?
do if you can here, if you want to make it even cooler, to make your trip even cooler, you can ride the ferry across the lake.
Dude, I think we're going to. It's he said it was like $30 or something, and you put the car.
It
on that
is.
shit.
It takes a little bit longer, but it'll make your fucking video so much cooler.
Oh, bro, and it says according to Google, the ferry trip across the lake is 7 hours. If we go down through Chicago and around, it's 6 hours and 55 minutes. So it's like I'm 5 extra minutes to take a cool ass ferry ride.
And you don't have to drive.
Yeah, exactly. And none of that, especially through Chicago and traffic. And every time I've looked it up on maps, there's always red going through Chicago. It's always straight red.
Chicago
You ain't getting through
sucks,
here.
man.
well,
You
from
can get
Denver,
through. You can squeak through, but it sucks.
Denver to
Yeah.
Des Moines should take you 9 hours. So that's a pretty nice straight shot.
Yeah.
I drive that all the time. So really 9 hours, you can do it in a little bit less depending on how fast you're going. You just got to watch for cops in Nebraska. That's the only time I've really ever seen them, was a few spots there. And really,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, that's good to know. I appreciate that, dude. Because it's been worrisome trying to figure out each and every step of the way, and especially when you don't know, you're just kind of on the road and going. It's tough not knowing shit. So it's definitely good to have any kind of advice we can get for sure.
Nebraska is boring.
It's boring for sure. It's like
Is
flat.
it?
It's flat.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing.
It's flat as shit, dude.
Yep.
Am I gonna go
When
through?
Yeah, you probably will. When
Really?
when you drive, if you have a GPS,
And-
watch that. Put your elevation, watch your elevation. It's so funny. Like every second or two, it's almost like a ticking clock. You go down a foot,
See,
down a foot.
yeah, you would rather
Down
go
a
through
foot.
Nebraska than Kansas any
Yeah.
day. Yep.
Yeah.
Kansas takes a few hours out of the way, coming back up through Iowa to get into like Chicago, Wisconsin area.
Yeah.
So going through Nebraska over through Iowa into Illinois is going to be, because from Des Moines to Chicago, I do it in less than 5 hours.
Man, the
Oh,
Ocean
wow.
Grown Boys drove from
Sal, I was raised in Des Moines too.
the Ocean Grown Boys drove the last Michigan Cup. They drove from LA out. That's a hell of a long drive.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
a
what
mad
that
drive.
It's 20 some hours probably. It's got to be a 40-hour drive.
Yeah, it was like 2 solid.
No,
days
it's got to
ago.
be 45-hour drive. Why am I worried about swearing?
Well, it took me from like Des Moines.
Do that.
It
This is
takes
the Big
me,
Boy channel.
yeah, it takes me from Des Moines, Iowa to Las Vegas, almost 24 hours on the road. And that's, to LA, that's another, 5 hours from Vegas. So that's 29-hour drive just to Des Moines area. That's a long.
Urban, you can feel to jump in here anytime you want, brother.
Oh man, I totally agree with everything that's being said though, especially with that Nebraska part. That is a horrid drive. I did the 80 east and west through Nebraska and then on into what is that, Wyoming. Oh, it's the worst. It's terrible.
Oh yeah, and them guys are gonna swoop down to, they're just like you were just saying, Urban. They'll go through Wyoming. I'm gonna intercept them in Cheyenne and jump in, and then we'll keep going 80. So I think you're right. I think we'll go straight up through the Nebraska route, and then probably just directly across country.
Yep.
And then there's at a certain point we turn north a little bit to get to Madison, but it's only like an hour and a half total out the way there, and then an hour and a half back. But it'll give us a night to sleep, so it'll be worth it. And the homie gets
I
to
know
see
exactly.
family, so that's always cool. But good to see you, though, Urban. I didn't even say hello, bro. I feel like a jackass. I'm sorry, bro. Good to see you, homie.
No worries. Always good to see you, Dung Beetle.
Hell yeah. So are you gonna go? Are you going to Michigan, bro? Am I gonna see you up there or what?
Oh man, I would love to go to the Michigan Cup, but a little out of the way for myself here. in Northern Cali, but I'm super stoked to see what you put together as far as like road trip footage to the Cup. It sounds like a movie in the making, and High Times is in on it, and that's awesome.
I'll tell you what, we're definitely I'm taking the drone, and I have vowed to throw that fucker out the window on the freeway. It's happening.
Ooh,
So we're going to get some sick footage. Oh, yeah, 50 plus, bro. I'm just going to chuck it. These guys don't think it's doable, but this drone's sick, bro. It's sick. And I got State Farm, yo. I'm good. It's totally doable. The drone will do 60.
Yeah, but you're seriously just going to throw it out the window as you're driving?
Absolutely, bro. I'll peg the throttle on that bitch and let the props just wind up real high and then throw it, dude. Boom. And hopefully it takes off. It's gonna be ballsy, but
holy shit, hopefully.
Can you imagine though? That'll be the coolest footage, dude, if it works and it goes, it's gonna be epic, bro.
It'll be sick footage, dude, but what if you fuck the phone up, then it's done on the trip.
Then I'm gonna tell State Farm I left it on the roof of the car and we drove off.
Should I delete this video?
Cost me like a $50 copay or some shit, bro, and I'm good. I think it's worth the gamble for the epic footage we might get.
I suppose.
I'm going to take a dab. I got to run and grab my torch. I'll be right back, guys.
I thought you already did. Go ahead. Come on, dab time, Urban. So I don't know how to pronounce it, and usually we're done at this point in time, but we're going to stay on for another minute or two, I guess. But Bezego Innovations says that I was on dab 9, 8, and then I was on 9, and then of course what comes after 9 was 10, and now, hey, let's do dab number 11. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, I'm enjoying you for that one. We got some Screaming Tangerines. I guess you could call it sauce. They call it ambrosia, but it's like diamonds and terps.
I always like the way that looks. It makes me want to eat it.
So many names.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I so wish that this weekend was different because I was stoked. I got that email from you too, Pedro, and I was legit. The reason I emailed me back is because I was trying to figure out a way to possibly fly. If I flew, I would leave Friday morning or Friday afternoon, and I might have had time to meet up with you guys for a little bit. You know?
Sure.
But driving, we got to leave. I think I'm leaving Thursday morning, so yeah, we'll be out of here. But yeah, I was bummed. I was like, damn.
I sent an email, I believe, to both of you just to start an email chain. So let's communicate via that email chain and set something
for sure
next week.
Well, you even have my text message, my phone number if you want to hit me up that way as well. So
yeah, I just figured we keep everybody on the same page if we're all in the same. I suppose we could all do it through chat either too. That would be fine too. I could send a chat to both of you through chat too. That'd be fine, or through text.
Well, and I don't see why it should be too big of a problem for us to make it happen either the following week or very soon. Because when I come back from Michigan, I'll hit you guys up and then we'll come up with a plan. But I'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So I mean, maybe the following weekend will be cool. And maybe the couple weekends ago, I hit Med up and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna go to Pedro's," and he was headed to Iowa, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we ended up not doing that, but I'd love to do that, bro. Like I'm totally down to come drive to Med's house, and then me and him will jump and roll from there. Go down to you guys. Or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
We'll figure it out.
Or communication. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll just keep in touch, or if you guys want to come up here, that's fine too. I'm down with whatever. But I'm totally down for a road trip, Matt. If you're with it, brother.
I'm always with it. I love traveling Colorado. I've pretty much been to almost every corner, and so I just keep doing
4
it.
of them.
Yeah, I just keep doing it. Like my friends in Trinidad, I got friends on the Front Range. I got Pedro over in his area, the Northwest area. Then I got Tully Ride in Durango that we went down through on our way down to the SoCal Cup. So I've been every part of Colorado.
That's tight. It's a beautiful state too, man. Everywhere's gorgeous.
Sure is. Shit to see everywhere.
Yeah, for real. This place is amazing. Really
all right,
is.
guys. I'm seeing my viewers drop like flies. So I think we're gonna shut it on down. But Japan can stay here for a minute. We'll chat it here on the backside. But for everybody else, thank you very much again. This show seems to be turning into more of a as the show goes on, I think you can progress and see Disney and I get medicated, and it's turning into kind of a giggle fest, kind of a fun, like it's turned into be more of a fun, kind of a laughing atmosphere. So I'm really liking it, and everybody else has told me that they're really enjoying the show as well, going down that path. So maybe that's the path that we're going to continue going down. We'll see. We'll keep it cannabis related, obviously. But if anybody has any suggestions, I always go back and read the comments. I may not comment on all of them, but I read as much as I can, like 99% of them. So cheers to all of you. Wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you. I've said that since the first freaking video, so I appreciate all you subscribers very much. Panel, Dung, Herb, MedFit, do we have anything to say as you leave, as we exit stage, whatever?
Do your research, people. Do your research.
Tip of the day. I love it.
Here's the tips.
Yeah, that's funny.
Watch you, Urban.
I love you.
We love you too, buddy.
Again, tip of the day.
Dung, do you want to give us your tip?
Indeed, Dung's got a. We'll call these words of wisdom, because see, my tip usually has like 1,000 words to it. It's more of a paragraph. So I'll keep it on that note, and just say, yeah, I love you guys. I'm glad to see y'all again for sure. Chat, it's good to see you guys, no doubt. Love seeing you every time. We'll be back up. We're actually a little bit of an announcement I got for y'all is we are getting ready to launch our show, Behind the Dank Door, and that will be launching the week after we return from the Cup. So we're looking at maybe a week to 2 weeks out. We'll get you guys a date. We'll post that through Jinx's channel and obviously the Instagram stuff. But definitely got some stuff going on. We want to have Pedro join us for our inaugural show, if that's cool with him, and he'd be willing to do so. Urban, you're obviously more than welcome anytime, dude. We would love to have you join us for the inaugural show if you're down with that. And of course, Medically Fit, you're never invited. You cannot come, bro. You're straight banned. And I still love you, but I'm just kidding, homie. You're with it, dude. If you're down, you already know you're in. So
hell yeah, brother, for sure.
I'll get you guys a date, behind the scenes and whatnot, and get you the script shit. But we'll get her put together. Hell yeah, a little bit of an announcement for you guys. We'll get that shit going, and we'll keep you guys updated. So much love, chat. Much love, everybody. See you guys on the flip side.
Hey, wait, are we live?
Oh yeah. So hi, we're live.
Hi.
So this is the whatever some episode. Sorry, we're done.
All right.
See you guys. See ya.
Later.
Peace out.